process. Hi guys, and welcome to tonight's show. I'm Zeleny.
And I'm Wendy.
And before we start, the show is not intended for children under the age of 18 unless you allow it. We have all the rights to the music that is played. And we are sponsored by Zell's Total Body Sculpting. Also, Brows and Blush by Zell. Y'all look cold. No, I'm not cold. It's just this.
My fingertips got frostbites.
Yeah, we were doing some stuff before, and this is like my ensemble, so if not, this would be off, but it's my outfit.
I'm always cold. Like, hoodie, blanket, always cold at work, everywhere.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Have you checked your iron?
I did. They were actually impressed. It was actually almost average.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a plus for me.
We're going to start tonight's show with our shot. We are actually doing a shot of sake. It's a pretty cool bottle.
The green one lights up. I'm going to have to find it.
Is it? This was given to me as a gift, so I don't know where to tell you to buy it, but sake.
I think you could buy this one out here. The green one you can't. You got to go out of state.
Oh, really? The sake. Go ahead, open your mouth, Wendy. I'm going to throw it in. I'm just kidding.
It'll be like all over.
No, you gotta be like, like
Like
we're
not a hibachi. The green one's better.
Yeah. Let us know what you're taking a shot of. I'm really looking forward to, before we even start, mixologist, let us know what we're drinking.
We are doing Tropicana Tropical Sunrise. It is light for Miss Watch Her Figure. I mean. And then for liquor, we are doing zero sugar, pure infusion strawberry guava. We are feeling very tropical, apparently. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, we don't want summer to end.
Speak for yourself. I'm a fall cow.
I mean, I like fall because, I get to wear boots, a sweater, scarf. The ensembles look great.
If it could be fall year round, I'd be in heaven.
I like bodysuit.
I love fall. I like the change of leaves, watching everything die, the hocus pocus, reincarnating.
I do want to see that, actually. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping my kids don't mess it up. Because, that movie's not for them. It's for us.
Oh, my kids are excited.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. I already told them to start tomorrow, 30 days of Halloween. It's not just Nightmare Before Christmas. We're doing like the Black Phone. They're going to get reacquainted with Chucky. Like, we doing it all. Giving them nightmares all night.
So, tonight's show, I'm actually looking forward to it. It's a topic that is actually in our hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
For a quick second, I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh no, I've been looking forward to this since it actually happened. If you guys, I mean, a lot of you guys know. It actually happened here in the Lehigh Valley. You guys know we're from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
We just giving out a lot of info here. Like,
well, I mean,
I know.
We said it.
I know
we said it. We even posted it.
I know. I'm just fucking around. I'm sorry, y'all.
So we posted a clip of what happened. If you didn't log, no, I mean, can they see it? Because we put it on our story. We didn't actually.
They only
put it
for 24 hours.
We didn't post it to the page, which I should have posted it on the page so that you can.
We can reshare it later.
Yeah.
For those that didn't see it.
It is of an incident that happened on 15th and Allen at the Wawa.
A cop just went pow pow to someone. Okay, maybe those sound effects weren't used there, but he definitely threw the dude on the floor and then twisted his arm back and shit. So
tell us how you feel about that.
I don't give a shit what the fuck happened before the videos caught that. Mm-hmm. Like, unless the dude had a gun out, which you can see he did not, there was no need for all that aggressiveness. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, we don't know what led up to that.
We do, actually.
Oh, what was it?
We do. We posted the police report.
Oh, did we? Oh,
we did.
Look, I'm on crack. It's been a long week. And I might have possibly drank a little too much last night, and I'm running on like not enough sleep.
So I am 50-50 on this subject, and the platform. It's a platform where everybody can express their opinion. We're going to respect it. We can go back and forth, and we all know that on air, I've changed my mind. I've stated my opinion. I respected everybody's opinion.
We agree to disagree, even if we seem very aggressive sometimes.
Yeah, and we're Latina. We speak aggressively, and that's just in our nature. But we've changed our opinion. We've gone back to what we felt. But on this subject, I am 50-50. I am 50-50 on what happened. So apparently, there was this homeless. Hi, Wenzel. Hi. I like that. I do.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
start
get that
I was gonna start hashtagging Wenzel.
So apparently this gentleman, he's homeless. He is homeless. Yeah. Let's talk about it, because we're gonna break it down a little bit. He's homeless. He went to the Wawa and he stole. Is a turkey gobbler?
Let's see.
It's a turkey gobbler that he went and he stole. And he was armed with a screwdriver. A screwdriver, cash app me. No, we're not cash apping you. You put that on a public forum.
Cash app you for what?
For the name.
By carajo, you are.
You put it on a public forum and it is not copyrighted. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna quickly copyright that. Thank you very much for it.
Yo, he's wild.
He had a screwdriver, and he had paraphernalia on him.
Yes.
So he was under the
resisting arrest as well.
He was resisting arrest. So the establishment called the police officer. He called law enforcement to have him arrested. And he was resisting arrest. Let's get that straight. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it is very pertinent for you to know the information beforehand.
So you saying the action was justified? I'm asking. Because the way you said that almost sounds like that.
I'm giving you the facts.
Okay.
I'm not telling you it's justified. Okay. So, people are saying he's homeless. What did you want him to do? Number one, in my opinion, if you're homeless, you don't have to steal. And it's saying Allentown is very high with the homeless rate. So what do you want a homeless person to do when we have funds to provide food for the homeless people?
But we're not using those funds to provide food with the homeless.
We're not. But the establishment called the police officer. The police officer does not have nothing to do with what Allentown does with the funding. for the homeless. Imagine if every homeless person got together and ransacked grocery stores, Wawas. Is it the police officer's fault that Allentown is not using the funding that is provided to them for programs to feed the homeless? The establishment called because a man is stealing.
Yeah.
The homeless person could have easily stood outside and asked somebody to buy him.
No, realistically, how many people would have bought him something? 10 people you ask, somebody probably would have. If you ask for money, somebody won't give you the money. If you say, can you buy me food? Somebody's probably willing to buy you food. I'm not willing to give you money because you're probably a druggie and you're going to use the money to go get high. But if you tell me, can you buy me food? I will gladly buy you food. And not everybody will do that. But if you ask someone, they'll probably buy you food before they give you money. Now, people are saying that's the condition Allentown is making homeless people live because they're keeping the money from the program. But that homeless person is breaking the law. You were not raised. I'm pretty sure your parents didn't raise you that way. You know right from wrong, regardless if you're homeless or not. Now, the police officer is doing his job to come and arrest you because you're stealing. That's his job. Now, you're resisting arrest. What do you want him to do? Because you're resisting. Now, let's talk about more of what happened. He body slammed him. The way he body slammed him, it may look harsh, but that police officer looked like he had control of the body slam. Did not body slam him on his head, straight head, neck, or back. It was a side body slam. It was side. The way he landed was on his side. Could it have broken some ribs? Yes. Could it not have broken some ribs if he wouldn't have resisted the arrest? You did wrong. You should have been arrested. Though what I don't agree on is the fact that he put his knee on his neck. Now, his knee's not on his neck, it's on his shoulder blade.
And I was just going to say, a lot of people were saying it's on his neck. If you look at the video angle, I don't think it was on his neck either. I really do think it could have possibly been on the upper portion of his head and right here.
It was like right here.
Right? So it wasn't on his neck either. If you look at the background of the police officer, he used to be in wrestling in middle school and high school. So he knows what he's doing. So he had control of what was being done. He's by himself. What do you want him to do? Now people are saying as well, what if that was your family member? Would you have liked that police officer to body slam him? Now let me put a different perspective. The gentleman has a screwdriver, which if you put it in the neck and the artery, you can kill somebody. If you put it in an artery in a thigh, you could kill somebody. If my child was in the Wawa and that gentleman who has paraphernalia on him, which he could be high, he's not in his right senses, and he decides to go crazy in a Wawa, and my child is in that Wawa, I would want the police officer to do what he has to do to put that man under arrest. That's his job.
All right, so question. No, they said he had a screwdriver, but just because you carry it doesn't mean he tried to threaten the cop with it. Nowhere did it say he threatened the cop with it. People were just like, it's on him. There's a difference between being threatened and carrying it. You're homeless.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I do agree with that. That's why I say I'm 50-50 with this.
I feel like if it was over a sandwich, as a cop, whoever could have easily been like, you know what? Let me buy you this sandwich. Boom.
And I agree.
Problem fucking de-escalated. That slam not necessary. Like, we don't know what circumstances got him to be homeless. We know Allentown's not doing great. We know fucking rent's fucking ridiculous. Like, at this rate, rent is higher than mortgage. So I don't know. Maybe you got evicted. Maybe you lost your house. Maybe you got kicked out. I'm not in that predicament, and hopefully I never will be. But
I agree.
But over a goddamn sandwich. Walk out of here.
I get it, but you have to remember again.
It's his job.
It's his job. And Wawa's calling because he stole.
And it's easily up to the cop's discretion to be like, you know what, here, I'll pay for it. Let me go talk to him. No one said you had it. We always have options. We always have choices.
Now imagine if this cop did that to every person that got caught stealing.
You don't have to. I mean, it's not your job, clearly, because it's going to be money out your pocket. But I'm pretty sure cops also have, like, reimbursement things. So if they needed to, they could have reimbursed it. I highly doubt the cop's going to be like, his boss going to be like, I can't reimburse you for that $6 sandwich. I'm sorry.
That is true. That's true. I mean,
where there's a will, there's a way. Like, we're so quick to use actions, but, like, all right, nobody bothers to find out, like, is there a mental health issue here? We're like, yeah, he has drug paraphernalia, like, but maybe that's how he medicates for his seizures or his pains. Maybe it's weed. Like, we don't know. We just assume, like, oh, maybe it's crack and it's coke. Like, we all got shit we don't know. We can't just assume shit, but over a goddamn sandwich, I can understand maybe if you stole the register or whatever.
Yeah.
They thought, yeah, do what you gotta do. Clearly, this wasn't a necessity thing. It was granted, you need the money, but, you know, more like you taking more than what you need right now. It's not like I'm starving right this instance. I haven't eaten for weeks or whatever.
Yes. I do agree over a sandwich. But again, what if the officer was like, look, put down whatever you have, and he didn't want to? We don't know what happened off of that.
We
video.
don't. I'm just saying, I feel like sometimes, especially when you have such a bad perception, the media for police.
But if the officer said, look, let's talk about this, put down, what if we don't know.
Technically, you're supposed to call in backup. You're not supposed to be going there by yourself. So if you can't talk to someone to calm down until your backup comes in 2-3 minutes, then maybe you're not fucking qualified.
Again, we don't know what happened. Everybody's quick to assume what happened. What if he told them, put it down, let's sit down and talk about it? What if he was even willing to pay for that?
Like I said, I still don't think whatever came up to this point, I wasn't there, nor do I care to be there. Unless that man outright freaking threatened and charged him, all that was unnecessary. I mean, no offense. We had students at West Park with automatic guns. Nobody got fucking slammed. How long did it take him to catch his ass? So, you don't
think... Were the police there for that?
They got called there. The kid ran. Turned out he was at the school when the cops got called. But the point is, where there's a will, there's a way. We pick and choose when we want to. Unless your life is being threatened right away, like, I understand. It doesn't matter. Anything with enough force is a fucking weapon. I get that.
I feel like if there was more officers there, I feel like it could have ended worse. I just don't feel like people are saying he was body slammed. They are saying it's way worse than what it was. Like, the body slam was not that bad. I mean, I've been body slammed by my brother worse than that. I don't feel like the knee to the neck, they're saying, oh my God, knee to the neck. It was not on the neck. You can really tell. It's not on the neck. That's on the shoulder blade.
It is. And I just don't think that situation warranted a body slam.
Not a sandwich. But I do feel like people are saying he wasn't armed. He wasn't this. He was armed. He was definitely armed. A screwdriver is a weapon. And it can do a lot of damage.
So can a pen?
Exactly.
So if he was carrying a pen, would they still say he's armed?
If you're using it and wanding it around.
But that's the thing. Nobody even said. Like, even when they wrote the report, the police department didn't say the officer got threatened. All he said was he carried. Not that the officer got threatened, no nothing.
Right.
So that implies... No, that implies, because if he got threatened, they would have said the police officer got threatened. Because they already know
the wording that they need to put out.
Yes. Like, let's be honest, police does not have a good tie with the community, especially not with the minorities. Like, so you definitely want us to trust you and work with you, but the one who gets fucked over constantly are the minorities.
Right. But here, we can't really say...
I'm not saying this is race-based.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, in general, like, when you already know the community have a bad perception of you, you know. Like you were talking about, because they have been talking about they want to mend relationships with the community. That's why they send the police officers out in the community to get to know the community, so that way they know who belongs and who don't. Like, this is their game plan. This is their plan.
I was reading on social media, I guess this police officer, he's really good in the community. And actually a lot of people have been defending him because of his ties within the community. And, you know, I think he's from here. He's from here.
He went to school out here.
Yeah, he went to school out here. And they were saying, you know, he has a big background with, like, trying to de-escalate within the community. I don't know him. I know a lot of, you know, officers from here, from Allentown, just because of my troubles in high school.
I know a lot of officers just because of my volunteers.
we know from different spectrum.
Like, and I get along with them, and they know it's nothing personal, because I know a few people that are police officers for the Allentown community. It's nothing personal, but these are discussions we've had. These are discussions we talk about. I mean, I won't sit there and bash an officer.
I mean, I would definitely bash an officer if I knew he abused the privilege. Like, I remember one time,
all the time.
I know somebody who didn't even want to hear what someone had to say, and almost caught fingers in a door because he wouldn't listen to another person that, like, to de-escalate the situation, literally closed a door, a police car door, and the lady's fingers were there.
Did you see the train one?
No, I did
not.
That
wasn't here. But they arrested a lady. They put her in the back of the car. And they fucking left the cop car on the train track. The car got fucking hit by a train.
And the lady was in it?
Yes.
That's horrible.
Like, she's got, I think, what was it? They said, like, 6 broken ribs or something. Her head cracked, her shoulder, she needs some surgery and everything. Like, it was fucking
But why would you leave a car on a train track?
You're a cop. That's the worst part. The thing is, you see it in the video, you hear the train sound, whatever, and it's like, and they're like, oh my god, you didn't go move the car, and she gets hit. Like,
you have better training than that. And
they're both suspended, by the way.
I
don't remember what city it was, and don't ask me.
I do understand. I very much understand that everybody keeps talking about how he's a homeless person. How can you judge him on?
So you can't tell that by just looking at, because some people work, for instance, construction. Sometimes they look homeless. I'm not trying to be a dick.
No, no, it's their profession.
Like, you're not gonna wear nice clothes to get ruined.
We have somebody who's a welder here, and he looks homeless all the time.
But he says for the right price, he can be yours.
Yeah. What if the dude was robbing the place and your kid was in there? I just said that. I would want the guy scammed on the floor as well. And I did say that as an example. Any type of weapon you have in there. And then a lot of people were saying, how would you feel if he slammed your brother, your sister? What if my child was in the Wawa and you're stealing in there with a screwdriver?
Okay, so let's
slam him.
So let's say you're homeless.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been able to feed you or your kid, because we don't know. Kids get homeless. We just don't see it often. So you go to steal something, Wawa calls cops, and you're like, I need to go feed my kid.
Yeah.
So you're resisting arrest. Instead, boom.
And I guess then, I don't care. I would throw this and be like, go feed my kid, but I'm stealing. I'm stealing. It's wrong. It's not the police officer's fault. I shouldn't be resisting arrest because I'm doing something wrong.
So here's where the line...
I would tell you this much. I'm pretty sure when I go up in front of a judge and I tell the judge why I'm stealing, because I need to feed my kids. My kid is hungry. He would have some leniency. But if I would not resist arrest, I'll be like, yo, I don't care. I'll steal again. I'll tell the cop, I'll steal again. My kid is hungry. And I've asked people to help me get some food. Nobody's helping me. But if I'm resisting arrest, then I deserve to get my arm twisted up and probably body slammed.
Yeah, we're gonna have to agree on disagree.
Yeah.
Like, you see, there's someone comments, there's plenty of places to eat for free in Allentown. Stealing is a crime. At the end of the day, stealing is a crime. I'm not saying it's not. Does he deserve to get arrested for that? Yes, I'm not denying that. Was that slam necessary? Fuck no. That's the part I'm at. I'm not saying don't arrest the dude. I'm not saying you had to pay whatever, but that slam was unnecessary.
But
now, here's to the thing.
What is
you
guys
guys
supposed to do? Yeah.
Finish, because everyone's like, there's funding. Have you guys volunteered? Have you guys gone checked out? The men's homeless shelter, they have a capacity. They get maxed out. The wellness center that they have right there in 13th and Hamilton, where they fill orders, that's all if they get the donations. The churches, yeah, they donate, but when they're out, they're out. Like, it's not as simple as everyone makes it sound. And then on top of that, the people that like to fucking play the system to get free food. So that's food out of a homeless person's mouth who actually needs it, but they just getting it because they don't want to spend money. So, yeah, there's ways. But when the system is tapped out and you have no way, you're not driving, you don't have a place to go, or some of these places are asking for a goddamn address and you don't have one, it's not as simple as it seems. Isn't that why we have Tent City? Right. That's why people is always fucking hungry?
Right. Number one, I have volunteered. My son did it. I've actually taken him to Philly. That is way worse here, which is Kensington Avenue. My son did his graduation project there. Nobody's saying that. We've done multiple donations to right here in Allentown. We've been to Tent City. I'm not saying that. One doesn't have to do with the other. We know there's funding here. There's definitely funding here, and they're holding those fundings. And it's getting to the deadline where if you don't use those fundings, their fundings have to be sent back. So we don't understand. And you're actually right. There are great resources for free food, but if you don't release those fundings are gonna go. But the thing is, we're not saying that you're not, how do you say it, a project of what you are raised in, okay? And there are people that beat the system, that take away from those who really, really need it.
I've seen it. Isn't that why people sell stamps?
Exactly. I mean,
I've seen it.
Listen, I'm proud of a family that probably does it.
I'm not gonna even lie. But if you sell some stamps, I will buy some. My kids are fucking hungry all the damn time. I know it's fucked up, but I will buy some. I'm not gonna fucking deny it.
Yeah. Listen, if you sell me stamps, I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them because I'm probably somebody who works and still don't have enough at the end of the month.
Middle class is the biggest class that's overlooked.
Yeah,
you either have to really poor or really rich. Middle class, they don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
Apply pressure to city council. Some members are for supporting, some are suspect. I agree. But here's the thing. Out of a city of however many, have you seen how many people actually show up for city council? How many people actually apply pressure? Like, them city council, unless it's something major, fucking bare as hell. I mean, granted, they're fucking disorganized. They don't follow their own goddamn agenda. Then they sit there and talk around in circles and circles because they want to fucking undermine each other, or it's like control for power. Like, and the fact is that city council members don't have a fucking term limit. So they can sit there and fucking run forever, which I think is ridiculous.
And that needs to change. But my thing is, you would not...
And most of those 10 are mostly white.
You would not... Had he not resisted arrest, it probably wouldn't have happened. He probably wouldn't have gotten hurt the way that he did. So I'm not saying that you are... like he said here, one of the top mental issues are rooted on poverty. Yes, it is rooted. But you know you did wrong by stealing. And if you resist, it's worse. Now, if you didn't do anything wrong, I can see where it's an injustice. But you are doing wrong. So that's where it comes into play. What do you want him to do if you resist? I know somebody who resisted arrest by turning around and trying to run. And what did he do? He got slapped with another cop.
I've seen people that sit there and do what they're told and still get a knee to the neck. We've seen it. All of fucking America's seen it. Shut up. I'm just saying, all of America's seen it.
Hold on. Let's go. I got caught stealing as a teen and knew better to resist. Put my hands up and surrender. I mean, I got into a fight.
So let's say.
And I resisted arrest and it got my wrist really hurt. Like, I knew not to. Don't resist. If you know you're doing wrong.
Mental health? Like, someone brought up mental health. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know if he's mental health.
And that's not something you could see right away either.
Right.
So we don't know. He could have had a psychotic break or something. We don't know. This is why I think some cities are starting an initiative where cops have to go out with a mental health
worker.
Yeah. Like, we need to do something. We can't always be reactive. The city needs to start being proactive.
I don't know, but listen, I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong when I say this. When you have paraphernalia on you, it's so hard for me to hear mental health.
Whoa, hold up.
I know.
Stop.
I know that's so wrong. Stop. I know.
That's extra fucked up.
I know.
We got medical cards now.
I know.
So that's paraphernalia right there.
But wait a minute. Let me just explain something. I know doctors that all you gotta do is pay $300 and they'll sign it for you.
200, honey. 200.
So do you understand why I'd be like, ooh, mental health?
But let's be honest. When you're high, are you out there thinking about I'm gonna kill somebody? Because I know when I'm high, I'm like, I never had the urge to go like,
okay.
Even on shrooms.
So it's super easy for anyone to talk from a perspective you've never been in.
I agree with you.
But let me explain though.
You've been there?
I'm gonna tell you. When my older son was little, and I was going to school, and I had left my parents' house, I don't know what it was to really be like homeless, but I know what it was to struggle when all you had was white rice and corn, because white rice was easy to come by. It was $16 a bag, and corn
last for a while.
And corn was 32 cents. And I had so much pride that I wouldn't, because my parents weren't talking to me at the time. So I would eat white rice and corn, and that was it. So
sorry, someone's comment there just kind of.
Yeah, don't resist unless you come. No, that's not true because.
So you say, so unless you like you say both.
No, because I know somebody who runs really, really fast and he's still smacking to another cop. Let me tell you that much.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was a cop, I'd probably close line.
But no, so I know what the struggle. I know what the struggle is, but the problem is you cannot. When you know you're doing wrong, you cannot. You can't. You just can't. And we if we want to do something about it, we have to do something about it. We can't be about the talk. You have to do something about it.
So here's the thing. You said no when you know you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So your idea of wrong and my idea of wrong might not always line up.
So hold on. That's not wrong to you?
Hold on. That's what I'm getting to. So there's always gray areas, even in fucking law. Let's not play. That's why we have loopholes, and that's how criminals get out and shit, and we end up fucking indicting wrong people. There's always a gray area. So, again, you're saying wrong. Morally, maybe I'm like, I know it's stealing. But at the end of the day, my child don't deserve to starve. My book, I'm going to go by what's my right, not by what the government, because the government's done me wrong, has done me dirty, hasn't helped me. So why would I abide? Like, there's states and counties that are like, we don't recognize government law because they don't agree. So, again, just because we're like, it's wrong, perspective, honey. Every perspective is different. So your idea of wrong might not be the same idea as wrong. Like, people don't agree when I say burn down the government, but I think that's the way to start fucking fixing shit.
Yeah. Next one. There are some great resources for free food and other resources that do exist. It's so hard to reach everyone. It's an
unfortunate.
Yeah. Situation. It's all. That's what I meant. Okay. It's all. I was putting an all.
Oh.
I'm dyslexic. It's all an unfortunate situation. Apply pressure to city council. Some members are for supporting. Some are suspect. Yeah, 10 or less. I have some more candidates on the way for 2023, so please be ready to support.
Yeah, Delaney for city council.
She goes more than I do. She volunteers.
Let's be honest.
I do opposite.
My face and my mouth is not for politics, so not me.
And then don't resist unless you can run really fast.
That was the
I don't run for shit.
I don't even think. I'm gonna be honest. Even if I was like in Africa and the tiger was chasing me, I probably ain't gonna run.
I'm not gonna run.
I'm gonna be like,
unless he's really cute, I might like fast pace, just to see.
The tiger or the person?
The person.
Oh, what? Because I said I wouldn't run from a tiger, and then you said that, and I was like,
no. Maybe the handler of the tiger. I'm like, excuse me, gosh, I'll trip him. But I mean, so that's why I said with this one, that's why I didn't even personally, I didn't answer the poll because it's so conflicting.
And you know, it's not just because the cop's doing what he's trained.
Yeah.
But what needs an overhaul too is the whole police department, all of city council, like all of it, because the police, as much as they say the police is here for the community, the people, they work for the people. No.
Some are, and some aren't.
Most of it is paid by the government, so they technically work for the government, even though they're taking it out of our taxes. Us. So we can't sit there and say like we pay. Yeah, they take our taxes, but they work for a city, not us. So,
yeah, I agree. And then I disagree, and then I agree.
I mean, when we had like the whole Black Lives Matter and people were freaking marching down Hamilton and stuff, there was talks of community members, community leaders, let's go with that, community leaders working alongside the police department.
That was all talk.
Nothing happened of it really, except for the captain left to another fucking city, which I loved him. I mean, I hear the new one's doing great. Good job to you, I guess. I don't know. I haven't got a chance to interact with him, but...
I am not wearing a wig. Why do you keep saying that?
I'm sorry.
He saw my... He saw my story and the wind was blowing. He was like, "Are you wearing a wig?" I'm like, "No." But police training, it's so hard to judge the police because they train you one way, and the trainings aren't like
in depth, and I think that needs to be
not
overhauled.
in depth, and they're not real situations either.
If in order to be a lawyer, you're required to go for 8 years of schooling, but meanwhile to be a cop, you only need not even a year.
No,
that makes no goddamn sense. If it takes a lawyer 8 years to learn the law and know it well, why wouldn't it fucking take as long for a cop? Because you need to know the law just as well.
Yeah, and I feel like they don't put you in real situations.
I'm about to be a cop.
I can't be a cop. I'll yoke you up. I'll be like, "Come here," and they'll be like, "Release Brutality."
I'm gonna be arresting you guys all the time. I'm like, "No, I need you to pay this one." I'm kidding.
But I mean, it's hard. They need to put you in real situations. They need to put you in a psych hospital with nurses, because they say actually nurses are able to handle psychiatric patients way better than what police officers do.
I agree, because that's their job. They got trained, and it's not just.
They put
physically training, they're mentally trained in people's mental health as well. And cops get a brief, but they need an in-depth one.
My best friend's a nurse, and she was telling us the training that they do for psych patients, and it's actually very intense what they put them through to be able to
social
understand.
Workers, counselors,
yes.
I could never be a social worker. I know people that are social workers. Power to y'all. I've heard their stories, and the retraining, because you need those credits every year too. It's not just you're done with school, you're done. You have to go get credits every year too.
You know what irks me as well? During this situation, I was on social media a lot with this. Just because I knew this was going to be such a big thing, and so many people that consider themselves leaders in the Lehigh Valley had so much to comment on this, but there's a lot of other situations where they kept their mouths quiet.
I know quite a few of the leaders in Allentown. I can't say I don't really know the leaders in Whitehall or Bethlehem. I just more acquaintance with the ones in Allentown, and I have respect for all of them because you're trying to do your best. But I agree, I do not like you pick and choose your battles. You're either fighting the battle for everyone, or you're not fighting it at all.
Right.
You can't just pick and choose which one you favor.
And which
if it's supposed to be about community, then it's about fucking community.
Right.
You can't keep on being I totally understand being an advocate for minorities or blacks or whatever. I get it, because you guys we're constantly getting silenced. But if we see a white that's in trouble, we can't be that's not our problem.
Right.
It's he or she is still part of our community. We can't just be that. White privilege. No, it's white privilege, but no, if we're speaking for the community, it's the fucking community.
Right. And that's the one thing, do not pick and choose when you want to speak up who do you want to speak up for? When do you want to? When you do?
Or when
you don't?
When you see leaders fucking picking on each other?
Yes.
On social media. I'm like, all right, we're not in fucking school. Like, you guys have your own projects, deadlines, goals, ambition, aspirations, I don't know, whatever shit, because I'm pretty sure y'all have a hidden agenda. Not saying all of yous, most of yous probably have a hidden agenda, because I've seen some shady ass shit, but
the common goal is the community.
Thank you.
Whether you like each other or not, it's to come together to do good for the city that you live in, the community. I may not like you. There's a lot of people I don't like. It doesn't mean that I have to play nice.
You don't have to. You
on a personal level. But I do have to play nice with you on a professional level because the goal is the same common goal.
Yep.
So either you speak up for one and you speak up for all in the same thing, because then it makes me respect you less. And when I say this,
or if you're attacking me on social media, instead of being, hey, shoot me a message. You ain't gotta call me if you don't have my number, but just like you can go on my page and say blah blah blah, you can hit me a message.
And then I look at you with different eyes.
And the thing is, like, I understand about accountability. People's like, I'm trying to hold them accountable. You can still hold them accountable without undermining someone, without having to make someone look like shit.
Right.
Especially if you know they're doing stuff for the community.
Right.
Hey, let me shoot you a message. I think we need to have a conversation offline, this and this and this. I think you should address this.
Right.
Now, if it escalates or if it continues, then by all means, fucking knock the door down and let it be known that this is a hypocrite. But you can't just be knocking people over the first time just because you didn't like how they did it, or they didn't do it how you would have done it, or they didn't speak up how you would have done it.
Or the one thing that I don't like either, they're like, oh, well, this is me personally, that's me. No, when you decide to be a public figure in the community that you're in, that's the face you're giving, whether it's personal, private, or whatever. So then take yourself out and stop trying to portray yourself as a leader.
This is why I don't do politics, because the way you see me here is the same way you're going to get me on the fucking podium. Like, I'm not changing, and I shouldn't feel like I have to.
So then when I see you speaking up for this, I don't take you seriously, because I saw what you did before, and I look at you as a joke.
And that's the thing, though. People can sense when someone's being sincere, or they can sense fakeness. Like, we pick up vibes, or whatever. We've noticed it. We're like, there's something about
funny? I'm being serious.
Because there's been plenty of leaders I've met, and I'm like, they don't sit well with me.
Yeah.
I can respect what they're doing right now. I feel like they have a hidden agenda, but I have the same goal, or I want to see this accomplished, so I can help.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm going to be like, hey, we should, like, go on vacation together, or let's go grab dinner. I'm not seeking you out, because if I don't trust you, or if I sense something's not right, I'm not wasting my time.
So, with that being said, we'll close out this topic with, if you want to have something done about the condition that this person is living in,
go to city council meetings.
Go to city council, find out what's being done with the funds.
Even if you can't attend, you can email them.
Yes.
So that when they have meetings, they'll still ask your questions on your behalf and stuff like that. I don't know, I think they're still giving the option to attend virtual as well if you can't make it in person.
Right. Right, and you can log in. If I'm not mistaken, you can log in. And you can be heard.
The mayor is on fucking social media, so if you gotta bombard his fucking page, go for it.
Right. Right. Like I said, his situation is sad.
I don't like
Friday Night Light.
I'm gonna be honest. That man comes out so fake, and he spoke at Lincoln the one time, and that speech, I was like, could you make it more about yourself? Like, how do you give a 20-minute speech on yourself? Aren't you supposed to be motivating fucking kids? I'm sorry, sidetracking. Go ahead, continue.
But I do feel bad for his situation. And again, as a mother, yes, I would steal. Would I take the consequences if I get caught? Absolutely. He's a product of what here Allentown is. And Allentown does have funding to be able to give out more to
we spending all our funding on fucking high rises and shit like that, so that
Iron pigs and
so we can fucking gentrify communities and raise the rent on people and fuck where they go and fuck what happens to them.
Yeah. But like I said, I was torn on this. I stated, I listened.
Let's go on some happier subjects.
I'm still torn on it, but I said what I said, you said what you said, and we're still drinking. You see, that's how you do it.
Alcohol solves everything. Wait, that's not the point.
No, that was not the point. The point was we listened, we respected each other, we respected you guys. Now, to the next topic. Which one? I know we had 3 already lined up from last week. I was actually sick, so that's why we didn't
I wasn't
do it.
I had like dental procedure done, and my face was like fucked up.
I'm
not gonna even bullshit it.
I was sick. So one of the topics was, and I'll do a good one. I will do a good one. So, it was first time sex with someone and it wasn't great. Would you sleep with them again and give them another chance?
Like
I would.
I mean, hold on. Like, was this a first date? We just met each other, or do I have like an actual attraction to you that I might be like, you know what? Maybe it was like first time jitters.
Yeah, let's call it that. Let's talk about all of them.
I've had one night stands that I have not gone back to. Like,
well, that's a one night stand. One night stands is just supposed to be one time.
Well,
you ain't coming back.
I made a one night stand. I'm pretty sure they want it again. That's the difference. That's why I'm like,
Listen, there's something that you can definitely say you're nervous. What if you're nervous? That person made you nervous and you didn't perform at your best. What if like the second time it's like,
so then,
boom, it was the greatest.
So then tell me. Be like, I'm sorry that did not work out well. You make me nervous. Then I might overlook it. That's it. Communication. I'm all for communication. Tell me. I'm not a fucking mind reader. So if you did horrible and didn't say shit, I'm gonna think you just horrible.
I had one time like that. Listen, Linda.
Tell me why, please.
This was like a long, like maybe 20 years ago, maybe.
You know what? These people are knowing a lot more about me than some of my friends.
This is maybe like 20 years ago. Listen, I was really nervous. And it wasn't the greatest. And so then I was like, okay. I was like, no.
We were doing this.
Tattoo. I was like, no. And I was like, no, we're doing that again. And then the second time it was better. It was great. So I was like, and it was much better. Sometimes people deserve a second chance.
And I'm not saying they don't. But communicate that. Like, if you thought you were doing great.
There's some people that say, no, you can't give somebody a second chance because that's your interview. If you don't pass your interview, you're not getting the job. But there's some people that really do make you nervous. I think I was dressed like a school teacher.
I mean, some people like that. Have you seen some of these school teachers? Though?
No.
Damn, hot as hell. Yo, she be in that school looking like she modeling.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know. I was like, no wonder Casey wants to go to school every day.
I was like, if I was a lesbian, I'd hit on her. I told my kids that, and they were, because we were having a conversation, because like their friends all have a crush on her.
Quick question for you guys out there: if somebody did not perform at their best, would you give them a second chance, or do you think that was really bad?
For me personally, the attraction there would also play. Was it like horrendous? Like you only lasted 2 seconds? Like I'm like, oh. It's like no, but no. Not just physical attraction. Like if I really like you, or whatever. Sometimes I'm like, all right,
like your personality.
Yeah, like we link up and we've been talking, and I'm like, there's something there, and I do want to see where it goes, or I might want to pursue something more. Then I'm like, that first time wasn't great. Maybe, we were off. Let's try it again. And then after that second time, then. I might have to be like, I will be like, that's not doing it for me. Sexually, we're not compatible. I might just have to tell you, like, sexually, we're not compatible. Or I might just have to tell you, like, how about we try this position? Because honestly, I didn't care for this one. Communicate. That's how you have great sex. If you don't communicate what the fuck you want, you're not going to have great sex.
See, I'm so, I'm really shy. So I can't be like, yeah, can we try a different position? Because I'd be like,
I mean, do you not say harder, faster, deeper, like nothing? Okay, I mean, hey.
do you see how like random? I would be like, deeper, faster.
Well, if you're not comfortable telling them, they'd be like, can I get on top? Because then you control the motion and you set the rhythm, and then you can figure out how you want it. Alright, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do this subject because I'm feeling very exposed right now, and I'm fully clothed.
No, because you know what it is. If the first time it didn't go right, I would be too like self-conscious to be able to tell him like what to do the second time. Because if I gotta tell you now again, then the first time, then that's so. Well, then now it's not me, it's you. You really don't know what you're doing.
Well, that's not always necessarily true because you forget. People keep habits from their previous relationship. So people automatically assume like, oh, my ex like that, so she'll probably like that too. And
that's
unfortunately,
true. And that's a really bad habit to continue with the next person.
You just gotta clear the slate and start all over because not everyone gets turned on by the same thing. Like you know what? Let me not say that. We all
say it. You know why? Because this is what Friday Night Fight needs. It needs personal stuff.
Oh, so then share your shit.
I did. I shared 20 years ago schoolgirl stuff.
So I know someone that can orgasm just from having her nipples sucked. So I mean that's great, but then there's other people that don't. Like, hence why I say you got to just start from a clear slate. And I'm sorry, I just told your secret to everyone.
You just said
someone.
Girl.
Yeah. Well, if she's watching, she's like, I ain't telling this bitch anything. I'm sorry.
No, but I mean,
I didn't say your name.
Nobody knows.
Exactly, but
you know how many girls you know?
True story. I work with a lot of girls.
Yeah.
But but yeah. So again, what pleases one doesn't necessarily please another. But again,
but yeah, I get it. Where you have to like let go of what you knew before and start completely different.
Yes.
But you would get that when you speak with somebody.
But that's the thing. Here's the thing.
That's why you shouldn't sleep with somebody on the first date because you don't really know.
She says, "Don't be a fucking hoe."
No, because how do you know them?
All right, so babe, here's the thing. I know people that are like, sex plays a great deal in a relationship. So if the sex isn't good, I don't want to waste my time.
That is true.
Because I mean, some people can go in a relationship without having sex for a while, which is great, and some people can't. Like, and that's the other thing. Sex drives. Like, what if one has high, one has low, and stuff like that? What if you're a morning person, you're a night person, and
or
don't stare at me like
anytime during the day person. What if you're like with somebody who it has a high and a low?
And I feel like most people do. Like, it's unrealistic that you're gonna be like all day, every day.
Compatible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, again, communication. You gonna rub it?
No.
Okay.
It's just there for inspiration.
For you?
No.
For me?
Yes.
Why do I need inspiration?
I don't know, because you're talking right now.
Oh. Should I use it as mic? It's like, I'm kidding. Anyway.
You want to take the mic.
Look.
Somebody wants the mic.
I do not want the mic. I may be a little bit crazy. Let's go with quirky. I like quirky better than crazy. But
I definitely think everybody always deserves a second chance. If after that second chance...
Everybody, though?
No, maybe not everybody.
Okay, I was like, everybody?
If it's like that, it's never going to work.
Maybe he has amazing oral skills.
Then his tongue has to be like that to make up for that.
Maybe
that does not deserve a second chance.
But maybe he's great with toys and his tongue.
Maybe.
And he gives you the most mind-blowing orgasms, and you didn't expect it because he had that.
If he didn't give me the most mind-blowing orgasm at the first time...
Maybe he was nervous the first time. Maybe you made him nervous.
Yeah, that would probably... Well, you'll never know. Because there wouldn't be no second chance.
She's like, no second chance.
Just saying. But I do think, I definitely
Y'all have no comments on this. On giving people a second chance on sex? Would you re-hook up with a one-night stand, I guess? Basically, right?
I don't think so. A one-night stand is a one-night stand.
Well, maybe you didn't go in there with the mind of making a one-night stand. And then it turned out that way.
Well, I mean, then that's what it is. A one-night stand. You don't ever want to see them again. Because it's a one-night stand. Then it would be a two-timing
friends with benefits
sexual experience.
Oh, shit. I learned something new the other day.
No,
I totally fucking forgot.
Friends with benefits is your friends, and you've been friends, and you occasionally sleep together.
I know, but there's another one, too. It's like friends with something. And it's like, fuck. Whenever I remember, I'll tell y'all. And I was like, I've never heard of this. I was like, maybe I want one of these.
Does it have to do with friends?
I can't remember if it was friends.
Or is it like a...
I'll remember later. It's not that important. We're getting off subject now. Because this is not about me. This is about a discussion of do you give people second chances if they fucked up the first time? In sex.
I definitely think there are... Wow, our audience is very enthusiastic today. Oh, crickets. Crickets.
Our
from
viewers too.
Crickets.
I got nothing to say.
I don't know. I mean, I already talked about personal experience. We just won't get into that again. I'm glad, I got to prove my point.
Was it not everyone deserves a second chance?
Everybody deserves a second chance.
You just said no if it's a micro penis.
No, if it's a micro penis, it doesn't deserve a second chance.
That is not everyone. You are excluding micro penises. That is not everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about personally.
Okay.
Personally, I'm glad I got a second chance.
She's like, personally, I've never had to deal with a micro penis.
Personally, I'm glad I didn't just deal with a micro penis. Nobody, deserves a micro penis.
But unfortunately, some are punished that way. Because I don't want to say blessed, because it's not a blessing. I cannot see that as a blessing.
I mean, if you have a micro penis, then you're probably blessed with good fingers.
Or good oral skills.
Or good toys. To make
toys you buy. You're not blessed with that.
No. Blessed on how to use them. Because some people don't know how to use.
Some of these toys are expensive.
Adam and Eve.
No. I'll show you later.
AdamandEve.com. I mean,
Anyways, time's about up. Enjoy your weekend.
Have fun.
Topics.
Stay
we won't
safe.
be here next weekend.
Next
week.
Next Friday we are not here.
Look, October is hoe month, so let us be hosts. Like, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I just like to fuck with her.
No hoe month.
No, but October's a lot of drinking for me.
Yeah, and then there's like K-rides
birthdays,
and haunted houses.
And lots of birthdays, and more birthdays, and Halloween, and 39 from Halloween.
He said word. It's not hoe. Maybe for you a hoe. I'm not a hoe. Word. No.
She said, go hoe up your biggest life. I mean, go live your biggest hoe life.
Yeah, you hoe it up.
We will not, will live vicariously through you. You can tell us about your experiences, and we will cheer you on.
Yeah.
We could be cheerleaders.
Have a good weekend, guys. Thank you. Oh yeah, congratulations. Thank you.
You guys learn one